Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about transit Chiron, sextile, or trine one's natal. Now, this transit may manifest in physical and emotional wounds, helping and healing others, depleted self-esteem, being in harmony with your mood, your feelings, your emotional needs. Now, I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. It's not about depleted self-worth or self-esteem is something you're in the mood for. It's really could be about being in the mood to deal with any issues that are associated with depleted self-worth, or if there's any physical or emotional wounds that you're having to contend with at this time. This is about feeling like doing it. Or if you have the transit Chiron, say it's in Scorpio, could be matter related with a death or maybe an inheritance you were left out of, or not being able to make a transformation, or being manipulated as some examples. And it's about having really at this time having using the positive energy. Transit Chiron is about Chiron in general, whether it's your natal position or in transit. It's about helping and healing others, because remember, it's the wounded healer. It's connected with ways we can we help others in which we're unable to help ourselves in. And when you have this transit, it's really having being able to heal, help others, and it's something that you might feel more of that need for emotionally at this time, which you feel more like doing. And it's really a time, I want to say, first thing I want to say though, is that the transit of Chiron, of course, it doesn't supplant or replace your natal Chiron placement. Your natal Chiron placement, of course, is there for the duration and entirety of your life, and the transit has an effect during the time of the transit, but it doesn't replace what you have natally. This is about a positive energy relationship with the transit of Chiron to your natal moon, and you could feel some positive effects connected with it during the time of the transit. And also, I know some of you may wonder, well, what is the difference between this transit and the conjunction transit? Well, the sextile or trine aspect naturally is flowing, it's positive, it's auspicious, it's a positive blending of the energies of Chiron and the moon. When you have the conjunction is comparable, but it's not precisely or exactly the same thing as a sextile or trine aspect. The conjunction, is a neutral aspect. It can have good and bad qualities in it. Conjunctions are very, integrating, intensifying. It's a strong concentration of energy. And like say, if you have, the transit Chiron making a conjunction to your natal moon, this could be very, it may manifest in very intensified, very, emotional, suffering, or it could be in some cases even, it could be, physical suffering, something moon related, anatomically, it could be something, the stomach, the chest, the breast, the ribs, some kind of water, it could be water retention, or, it might be, something, it could be some kind of, thing negative, something that's very, an emotional wound at this time, could be, very intensified, because you're talking, about, conjunction aspect. On the positive side, it can be where you would have an intensified need to heal others and help others, but as an emotional need. But the thing is, it could make you oblivious to everything else, because it's such a concentration of energy, it can become obsessive. So, and when you have the sextile and trine, it's more of a positive blending of the energies, and it's not to the point of the exclusion of other things. But anyway, what I want to get at, with this transit as well, it's also about, being more sensitive, to others' needs. If you want to help somebody and show that you care, this is a time which could be very, auspicious for doing so. And as far as, anatomically speaking, you look at the moon again is connected with the chest, the breast, the stomach, ribs, water retention, and when you have and also the left or right eye, depending on gender. So when you have this transit, it's an excellent opportunity to do something about any of these issues. If you have any of these issues that I just stated that are anatomically connected with the moon, this could be that ideal time to actually do something about it. And this is also a time too where people that are connected with the moon, people that are the mother, family in general, people you're close to home with, prominent women in your life, may be beneficial to you in dealing, with some kind of suffering you may be dealing with this time. Now, at the time of this video that I'm making, transit Chiron is in Aries, and collectively, many people may be, experiencing, some issues connected with, unworthiness or identity issues. And it's there might even be some issues connected with courage or fortitude in taking action. And this is a time where moon-related people can be more supportive of that at this time. And another thing too is that when this transit does take place, keep in mind it's also really doing. It could be beneficial for doing something with the public. That could involve, some kind of helping and healing to some degree. If you're going, say if you're like one of those, you're somebody that's in home renovation or improvement, and somebody, is in desperate need of that, it could be a positive time, to do so. And basically you're helping and healing, their situation in the process, as an example. Or another thing too is that when this transit does take place, it's also about really providing maybe some help, helping others in matters with safety and security. It could be very positive for that. And if you're doing something, as far as any ineptitude you may be going through, Chiron is about weakness and ineptitude. It could be perceived ineptitude or weakness, or it may actually, be a weakness that you do have during, at this time. And say if the transit Chiron is in Aquarius, there may be some difficulties where you might feel, ostracized by society or integrating in groups with society in general, with issues with friendships, and it's a time where people, the people that care, the mother, family, people you're close to home with, can be beneficial in you dealing with those matters at this point in time. And the thing about this too, this is also a good blending, I would say, of helping and healing others, with that unconscious side. You may express. I have my natal moon in Gemini, and when this transit, makes a sextile or trine to it, of course, it could be very, positive transit for that, because Aries, the current transit, at the time I'm making this video, the current transit again is Chiron in Aries, and Aries is very quick, sometimes impatient energy, and Gemini is very, fast moving and quick-witted. So it's a very positive, blending of the energies, and it's being able to incorporate the Aries energy with the natural, the unconscious side, which of course in my case is the moon in Gemini. Now, it's also a time as well. Another way, this transit could manifest. It could be very positive for helping and healing, which is Chiron, and again, going to others via through the unconscious side, which is your moon placement. If the natal moon is in Virgo, as an example, it could be, doing something, that unconscious side might be connected with being very helpful, service oriented, being able to organize, compartmentalize, such as a computer, and just analyze in general. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, and also too, any issues with depleted self-esteem, which is Chiron, could be dealt with by excelling in what you feel, which is the moon like doing. If the natal moon is in Scorpio, as an example, what you may feel like doing can be associated with forensics or investigation, locksmithing, psychology, the occult, which includes astrology, as some examples. And also, too, this can be propitious to deal, with suffering, which is Chiron, and being assisted, by the mother, a family member, uh, someone you're close to home with. It could be a prominent woman in your life, which is the moon. If the transit Chiron is in Aquarius, as an example, it could be, again, as I was stating before, might be some feelings of ostracism by groups, by society, and also to physical, emotional trauma, which is Chiron. Might be a better opportunity to actually care for it at this time or receive that care, which is the moon. And say if the transit Chiron, is in Taurus, it might be some physical related issues, with the throat or the neck, or just something, with the thyroid, as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.